RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro-East premier sports bar and grill.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gordon Moore Park here in Alton. It's Marquette against Metro-East Lutheran, and we are just underway. My name is Jeff Alsman. Alongside is Jeremy Clements, and we have one out and one on here in the top of the first as Nick Manker grounded on one hop to the third baseman to record the first out, and Jake Scheibel walked on 4 pitches. And there's a swing and a ground ball through the left side and into left field. And it's going to put runners at first and second with one out for Metro-East Lutheran. They come into this game with a record of 6-14. They are 1-1 in the Prairie State Conference. Marquette, on the other hand, 12-7 on the season. They are also 1-1 in conference play. And that single off the bat of the pitcher, Corey Liao. He's the number 3 hitter, and it'll bring in the shortstop and the cleanup batter, Alex Peck, and he just about hit it in the same place as the last batter. That's into left field. They'll hold the runner at third, and a good throw by the left fielder out there, Nick Hofert, to get it back into the infield. And the Knights have the bases loaded here with one out in the top of the first inning.
Well, and Jeff, aside from that first batter, the Knights doing a great job. They've been patient at the plate, waited for their pitches, and the last 2 batters swinging early in the count and driving the ball to left field to load the bases for the Knights early on, as Edring has kind of struggled for Marquette on the mound with location a little bit.
And now he works from the stretch with the bases loaded and a breaking ball and a half swing, and he went around strike 1. From the center fielder, Sam Whitmore. He bats in the number 5 spot. The number 6 hitter is Andrew Jones, the designated hitter. Will Rankin bats 7th and plays right field. Here comes the next one from Edgering, and it's a strike call over the inside corner, and it's 0-2 now on Whitmore. The number 8 hitter is Brad Boyven. He's the first baseman, and Paul Kubicek bats 9th and plays third base for the Knights, who are 6-14 on the season, in a strike 3 called on a breaking ball. And Whitmore is caught looking, so that's the second out here, and the bases stay loaded.
Huge job for Edgering, and a great pitcher's pitch, breaking ball, breaking away from the right-handed hitter. A nice punch out and a big second out, as now the Explorers just 1 out away from ending this inning with no damage.
The batter is Andrew Jones. He is the DH, and he takes it inside for a ball 1.
And again, that's a trend you want to avoid so far. And most of the at-bats, he's fallen behind Edgering in the count early on. So he needs to fix that going forward.
The next pitch on the way, and it's in the dirt, and a nice block by the catcher, Dan Holtz. And the count even, or rather that's 2-0 now. We'll check the defense. In the outfield, left to right, Nick Hofert, Jeff Ferguson, and Riley Bamper. Infield, third to first is Carter Hayden, Austin Seener, Stephen Peterball, and Max Gopel. And the next pitch from Edgering is a strike, and it makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 hits and a walk have loaded the bases here in the top of the first inning for Metro-East Lutheran. And the Explorers trying to work their way out of an early inning jam here. That breaking ball just missed the outside corner. And the count now 3-1, and there's no place to put Jones.
Big pitch in the ball game. You may see the batter take this one here, Jeff.
He will, as it's low and in the dirt. No doubt about letting that one go by. So the walk will give the batter Jones an RBI, and it's 1-0 here as the Knights force in a run, the first run of the game.
And that is the third batter he's fallen behind in the first 7 to come to the plate. Started the game with 2 balls to Manker, then walked Scheibel on 4 straight, allowed a 3-0 single to Lowe, and then another walk there.
And the first pitch to Will Rankin is right down the middle for a strike. 2 singles, 2 walks in the inning, and 1 run home here for Metro-East Lutheran as they bat in the top of the first. Breaking ball and a strike call over the outside corner. And now Rankin in the hole, 0-2.
Well, if he can get strike 3 here, I think that Coach Tim Fanistock from Marquette would be very happy to get out of this situation. Bases loaded with 1 out, allow just 1 run, you're still in this game.
The runners lead away. The catcher gives a signal on the outside corner, and it is strike 3 called as Edgering painted the corner and picks up his second strikeout of the inning. He struck out 2 of the 3. 1 run on 2 hits. And 3 left for Metro-East Lutheran. We go into the bottom of the first. It's the Knights 1, the Explorers coming to bat. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Third baseman is Carter Hayden. He bats in the number 5 spot. The next pitch on the way is over the outside corner and a strike call, and a count even at 1-1. The right fielder is Riley Bamper. He bats 6th. The number 7 hitter is the designated hitter, Chris Angleton. The second baseman bats 8th. That's Stephen Peterball. There's another strike on a breaking ball, and it's 1-2 now to Holtz. And the number 9 hitter is the left fielder, Nick Holford. So it's Holtz, Ferguson, and Senior, Eggering, Hayden, and Bamper, Angleton, Peterball, and Holford, and that one just misses low and away. And the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Lutheran with a run on 2 hits and 2 walks. They left the bases loaded in their half of the first inning. And the next pitch is a fastball outside off the corner, and Holtz has worked the count full now at 3-2. Jeff Alsman here. Jeremy Clements is alongside, and here comes the payoff pitch. And it's off the fist, hits over the pitcher's head. Shortstop comes in, gets it, throws on to first in time. And that will retire the first Marquette hitter, 6-3 on the putout.
And a nice pitch by the starter. Lowe was able to jam Holtz. Couldn't get around on it. Had he gotten more, but he could have shot that through the gap between the second baseman and the shortstop. But as it goes, 6-4 on the scorecard at home.
That'll bring in Ferguson, the center fielder. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch is low and away for a ball.
Explorers coming into today's game on the heels of a 7-4 win yesterday against the Roxana Shells. Looking to keep that offensive momentum going.
Swung and fouled right back over us here in the press box, and the count even at 1-1. Looking at the Lutheran defense, they have Rankin, or rather Manker, Whitmore, and Rankin left to right. Here's the next pitch, and a fly ball into short right center. The center fielder moving over, and that's Sam Whitmore, and he makes the catch, and that's 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first inning. Looking at the defense, third to first, it's Kubicek at third. Peck is the shortstop, Scheibel at second, and Boyven at first. Jordan is behind the plate with Lowe on the mound, and Austin Senior, the shortstop from Marquette, stands in, and the first pitch is a breaking ball, low and away, ball 1.
So far, you've seen some aggressiveness from the Marquette Explorers. They want to hit the ball, get into play. The last 2 balls, one on a tough grounder, the next fly ball.
The next one from Lowe is over but low, and the count now 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Marquette looking for its first base runner. And the next pitch coming. And a swing and a fly ball into left center. Pretty well hit. Left fielder going back, not going to get it. And it looks like it's going to be extra bases for Senior, who with good speed reaches second standing up. It didn't look like that ball was hit that deep, but he had time to get into second. So the first hit for Marquette is a double into the gap in left center. It'll bring up the pitcher, Jacob Eggering.
Well, and you look at the wind blowing out towards the left center field. Maybe that helped a little bit, as the wind could have taken that ball, confused the left fielder, Manker. But again, the throw, no challenge for Senior, who was at second very easily.
Plenty of wind blowing out there as the flag flapping out there in center field towards the left field foul line. The first pitch to Eggering is upstairs for a ball. The folks not playing in the dugout wearing jackets and hoodies, and a lot of the folks wearing hoodies and blankets, and they throw to second and the ball gets away as they tried to pick the runner off, and he'll move on to third, so that'll be an error.
Well, and the pitcher, Lowe, you saw as soon as he turned around and saw that ball go into center, he looked back and said, "Where are you guys at? What are we doing?" It's as if the pickoff play was on, but nobody knew but him.
And a slow curveball is in for a strike to even the count at 1-1. So Austin Senior now at third base with 2 outs. And the next pitch is over but low, and it's 2-1.
Well, and for Lowe, it's important after you see an error like that to just buckle down, continue to fight. You can get out of this inning and maybe preserve that lead with a couple good pitches.
Swing and a pop foul off to the right and out of play. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the next one to Eggering. Line drive on one hop, grabbed by the shortstop, bobbles it, and now drops it as he started to throw it. He played it off to his side, tried to short hop it, lost it, knocked it down, picked it up, still had time to get the runner, and then as he went to throw the ball, it slipped out of his hand. So it'll be an error on the shortstop, and the runner from third, Senior, scores easily, and we're tied at 1.
And it just ate him up. I'm not sure if he thought he had to rush that throw after he initially knocked it down. He had plenty of time, but lost the handle on the transfer, and just like that, we're tied away again here in the first inning.
It'll bring in Carter Hayden. He's the third baseman, and he grounds it through the hole into left field. The runner will stop at second, and Marquette will have runners at first and second. A run home here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
First pitch swinging, driving it to left field was Carter Hayden. He picked up the win yesterday against Roxana for the Explorers, and very aggressive there. He maybe thinks this pitcher maybe losing some composure, thought the first pitch may be the best to hit. He went with it and drove it to left field.
It'll bring in Riley Bamper, the right fielder, and he bats from the left side and takes a strike 1. The runner out there at second is Eggering, and he's getting a good running lead. Now they're going to pay a little bit more attention to him. He's probably daring him to throw another one into center field. Here comes the next pitch, and it's a strike over the outside corner, and Bamper couldn't pull the trigger. Now he's in the hole, 0-2.
A couple really nice pitches on the outside portion of the plate. The batter, Bamper, looking for something else.
Runners lead away from first and second. Swing and a line drive foul down into the bullpen. Down the left side.
Lowe tried to blow him away with a fastball outside, and a nice piece of hitting to drive that the other way, but just foul, as he'll do it again.
Lowe checks the runners, comes set after getting the sign, brings it home, and it's just a little bit high for a ball, and it's 1-2. That pitch was very close. Tough to take with 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah, that may have just been barely above the letters, and the call goes the Explorers' way. 1-2 now the count on Bamper.
And here comes the next one, breaking ball, and he was on that as he fouled it straight back into the screen.
A good little at bat here by Bamper now. He fell behind 0-2 and has been battling back. It's now 1-2, but again, fouling off several pitches along the way. So a very nice at bat by the Explorers' second baseman.
The next one, and he swung and he missed that one as he chased some high heat, and he strikes out swinging to end the first. But the Explorers get an unearned run on 2 hits They leave 2. And after 1 inning, we're tied. It's Metro-East Lutheran 1, Marquette 1. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Metro-East Lutheran, cloudy and 52 degrees according to the smartphone.
Windy too, as the forecast has called for wind gusts gusting up to 25 miles an hour today, and that wind gusting right now out to left center field as we play here in the second, Jeff.
I'd like to know what the feels like temperature is out there. Lucky for us, we're up in the press box with most of the windows closed, so we're not out in the elements. The wind shifting a little bit now out towards left and left center as the flag changes just a bit. The umpire is looking for some baseballs.
And Jeff, you mentioned earlier the players, a lot of them wearing sleeves. Marquette in the home whites, white cap with a blue bill. The Knights rather now in their black road jerseys with green letters and gold trim as well as we play in the second.
And it'll be the first baseman, Brad Boyven, to lead it off, and he takes the first pitch upstairs from Eggering, ball 1.
And the same thing got Eggering in trouble in the first inning. He falls behind in the count again to another Knights hitter.
And a line drive into center field. The center fielder drifts over and makes the catch. That's Ferguson out there, and he played that one well. It was hit pretty hard, but pretty much right at him, and he just drifted a few steps to our left, his right, and hauled it in. And that's the first out recorded here in the second inning.
A nice piece of hitting. Boyven hit that right on the screws, but hit it so hard the wind really couldn't make it that difficult for Ferguson out in center, and he retires him for the first out.
That'll bring in the number 9 hitter, third baseman Paul Kubicek. And the first pitch is low for a ball, ball 1. The next one coming, and that's outside, and it's 2-0.
And if you're a Marquette coach, Tim Fanistock, Jeff, how long do you wait before you send your backstop holds out to talk to Eggering about falling behind so early?
Oh, well, right now he's not in any trouble.
True.
I'd have been a little worried the last inning, but some of that's too trying to figure out how the wind is affecting the pitches, I would think.
That's true. Cardinals saw that with Michael Walker in New York on their last road trip.
Right now it's 3-0, and now that's inside and a 4-pitch walk. And that's the third walk issued by Eggering, and it takes us to the top of the order, and Nick Manker, he grounded to third his first time.
A second 4-pitch walk of the two for Eggering this afternoon, and it's got to be really challenging out there. You want to throw your breaking ball, but not quite sure how it's going to break or if it'll break as well in the wind, especially when the wind's going against the pitcher today.
Time called now as the batter is going to go down and talk to the third base coach as he wants to make sure that he has the signs right. Runner on first, 1 out, top of the second, 1-1 score. Each team a run on 2 hits. The Knights with 2 errors in the first inning, and one of them led to the tying run.
Looks like the Knights kind of guarding the bunt. Third baseman Hayden playing in just a little bit and creeping in as the pitch is on the way.
They fake the bunt, and strike 1 is called on a breaking ball.
Manker did ground out to third his last time up, so Hayden down at the hot corner at third base may be seeing the ball coming his way again, but maybe trying to, if nothing else, bunt the runner over. But if he's going to do that, you think he'd bunt down the first base line with the first baseman holding the runner on at first.
Swing and a pop foul, back and out of play.
I mean, that would be the obvious sacrifice play if you're going to do it. The first baseman, Gobel, holding on Kubicek at first, and Hayden creeping in at third, and the middle infielders playing almost double play depth just in case the ball is able to be turned to 2.
Well, he won't likely be bunting now with 2 strikes.
It's true.
So the third baseman will move back a step, play more even with the bag. They throw to first, and the runner gets back in over there.
Slowing things down a little bit now is Eggering out on the mound, maybe trying to get himself into a little bit of a rhythm.
He checks the runner and comes set. And swung on and fouled right back to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes.
Hit that right on the screws, just under a little bit. Spoils a nice pitch from the starter, Eggering.
So Manker waits for the next one, and it's strike 3 called. And that was right down the middle. I'm not sure what he was looking for.
Might have been expecting an off-speed pitch, but it's his 3rd strikeout for Eggering today, and all 3 of his strikeouts have been looking. Maybe a good indication that he's keeping those Knights batters, the ones he's able to strike out, guessing.
2 outs now with the runner still at first. It'll bring in the second baseman, Jake Scheibel. And he walked and scored, the only run so far for the Knights. And he takes a strike, strike 1.
Double play defense for the Knights infield. Outfield playing looks to be straight away. Not really too much worried about the wind at this point.
Eggering checks the runner at first, comes set, the runner goes, pitches in the dirt. Bad time to throw a breaking ball, especially to break one off in the dirt. Catcher had no chance. It'll be a stolen base for Kubicek, and it'll even the count at a ball and a strike on Scheibel.
Give Holt some credit if that ball gets by him. It would be Kubicek moving on to 3rd possibly for the Knights, so good job to keep that in front of him.
So a runner in scoring position now for the Knights, and upstairs with the next one. So the count 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. 1-1 score. More baseball, actually softball, coming your way later. It'll be Belleville East and Alton. Outside with the next one, and it's now 3-1.
Pitcher low on deck. He singled his first time up, so maybe trying to set up the double play again, but with 2 outs, not necessary.
Scheibel steps out. Now he's back in. Runner leads away from second. That's in a turn and don't throw to second, but they chase the runner back. That's Kubicek. In the on-deck circle, Corey Lowe, the pitcher. And a wild pitch back to the screen is ball 4. So Kubicek will head to 3rd. And Scheibel walks. And it's 1st and 3rd for Corey Lowe, who singled his first time. And if he does it again, he would give the Knights the lead. That's twice now that Scheibel has walked.
Very patient at-bats from Scheibel, looking in the number 2 hole. He just has a good approach so far today in 2 innings, 2 at-bats, 2 walks. Jeff, we mentioned the wind affecting pitchers. If you're out in left field or even in center field and there's a ball hit to you with a guy in scoring position, you wonder if the coaches are going to send the runners more likely than not with the wind blowing against your throw.
Certainly could have an effect. There's a little grounder off the end of the bat to the right side. Second baseman charges in, grabs it, and Peterball makes the play. 4-3 on the putout, and that will stop the rally here for the Knights in the top of the 2nd. No runs. They had no hits, 2 walks and 2 left. That's 4 walks now issued by Jacob Eggering. And we go into the bottom of the 2nd. We're still tied. It's Marquette 1, Metro-East Lutheran 1. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
It'll be the bottom 3 in the order for the Explorers. And the designated hitter, Chris Angleton, swings, and hits the first pitch, loops it on one hop to the second baseman, who throws to the pitcher covering. And one pitch, one out here to start the bottom of inning number 2.
The Explorers continue to be aggressive, oftentimes so far this afternoon, swinging at that first pitch, thinking that'll be the first to hit. Not the case there, though. A jam shot, fought it off, but not very far, only to the second baseman, who had a very easy play to make there.
The first pitch to Stephen Peterball is a ball outside, ball 1. The next one is a strike call, and the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just a simple fastball thrown right down the heart of the plate. Something Peterball was not looking for. He took it all the way.
Breaking ball, and he's out in front, hits it off the end of the bat into short's left field, and it is a fair ball, and the shortstop couldn't get to it off of his glove, and it'll be a double for Peterball, and that's one that the shortstop would tell you that he probably should have caught it.
Shortstop probably should have caught it. Might have thought, expected more from Manker out in left. Maybe a ball he could have charged in and made it to, but nonetheless, it's a very heads-up play by Peterball, running out of the box and able to get to second, beating that throw in. So a one-out double.
Well, the left fielder has to play pretty deep because the wind is blowing out that way, and anything hit in the air is going to carry pretty well. That one wasn't hit well, and the shortstop was probably the only one who could get to it. He did get a glove on it, but never had a chance to really get into a good catching position. And so the Explorers with their third hit of the game, and now a 1-1 count on Nick Holford.
Holford batting in the 9-hole for the Explorers. He had a good day yesterday, 3 for 4, in an Explorers 7-4 win over the Roxana Shells. So maybe seeing the ball very well. It's just a pickoff attempt, a second runner back in time. He's safe, no problem there. And Jeff, so far, so good maybe for the Explorers. Trailed early, but fought back, and in the second, we're 1-1.
Each team scored a run in their half of the first inning. Upstairs with the next one, and it's 2-1. The Knights had base runners on, in scoring position in the top of the second. Couldn't get the 2-out hit. Marquette with a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. And the number 9 hitter up there, Holford. Ahead in the count, 2-1, and he swings and hits it into right. Right fielder comes in a few steps, now goes back, makes the catch. Peterball tags smartly and gets over to third base.
And that's exactly the play you want. Maybe not exactly, but it does get the job done. It moves the runner over to third now with 2 outs. The go-ahead run just 90 feet away, and the lineup turns over to Holtz, who's 0 for 1.
Holtz grounded out to the shortstop his first time. He's up there now with Peterball on at third. And 2 outs, and a breaking ball stays high and in, and now the runner's trying to score, and he is out at the plate as Peterball tried to score when the catcher threw the ball back to the pitcher. He took off for home. The pitcher alertly grabbed it and threw it back to the catcher, and we had to wait on the call to make sure the catcher did not drop the ball. He didn't, and Peterball is out trying to steal home, and the Explorers do not score in the bottom of the second inning. No runs. They did get the double, and nobody left. We've played 2. We're still tied at 1. Marquette and Metro-East Lutheran. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
In that one, Marquette tried to get tricky and steal a run in the bottom of the second inning, but it backfired as Peterball was out trying to steal home, and it'll send us to the third inning where the cleanup hitter, Alex Peck, will lead off. He'll be followed by Sam Whitmore and Andrew Jones. 4, 5, and 6 in the order here in the third inning. We're in a 1-1 tie. Marquette has out-hit the Knights 3-2. The Knights have made the only errors of the game. They've made 2 of those. And back to the mound, Jacob Eggering. And the first pitch is a strike. Breaking ball is low and away.
On the decision to send the runner, it's an interesting one to make so early in the ball game with a runner on third and 2 down. A hitter who had a home run yesterday for the Explorers in Danny Holtz, but they elect to try to steal home as that one's fouled off to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on low. But again, that could be a decision to come back and haunt the Knights. You don't really want to make the final out of an inning, especially at home.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Peck. Slow curve is high for a ball, and it's 2-2. Peck with a single his first time, and that one is low and in the dirt, and a nice block by the catcher Holtz. And the count is full. And a shot into left field, and the left fielder goes back, and he's going to just take off running after that one. It's going to be extra bases for Peck. He's going to round second and then stop there as the Explorers get the ball back into the infield. I don't believe that one was wind aided. That was just a line drive shot for extra bases into left center, and Peck, who singled his first time, now has a double to lead off the third.
A great piece of hitting by Peck. He squared that up and just drove it to left center field and all the way to the wall, and stand-up double easily for the Knights shortstop.
We'll see how the Knights want to play now with the number 5 hitter, Sam Whitmore, the center fielder, as Peck leads away from second. They're showing bunt. The pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. Each team now with 3 hits, each team with 1 run. Each team has had runners in scoring position in every inning. The next one coming, a breaking ball, is outside, and it's 2-0.
And both of these teams playing for an ever important conference game. It's a Prairie State Conference matchup. The Knights, they'll already have the win in their conference matchup over the Explorers earlier in the year as well.
Outside as Whitmore showed bunt again and took a ball, and it's 3-0 now. Whitmore struck out his first time. Andrew Jones, the DH, who walked his first time, waits on deck. Eggering brings in the next one, and it almost did hit him. It will send the runner down to first, and runners will be at first and second. And Marquette's going to call time, and they're going to try to hustle somebody out into the bullpen and get somebody warming up down there.
Well, that'll be, it's not a walk, but it is, I believe, the 5th player that he'll put on base either with a walk or hit by a pitch today. He had a walk, a pair of walks in the first, a pair of walks in the second, and now hit a batter to follow the leadoff double. So
they're going to make a pitching change right here. So Marquette will make a pitching change with runners at first and second and nobody out here in the top of the third. We'll come right back and tell you who the new pitcher is after this. A 1-1 game, Marquette and Metro-East Lutheran. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things. But with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you Kasasa?
The new pitcher into the game for Marquette is Stephen Elliott. And Jacob Eggering will move over and play first base. So Max Gopel is out of the game.
In the book or the line on Eggering, he's still responsible for the runners on base. He had two innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, a run allowed. So far, 1 earned run allowed for him, and with the 2 runners on base as well. 3 strikeouts and 4 walks along with a hit by pitch.
And the first pitch is swung on and hit to third. Steps on third for the first out, throws to first for the double play. So 1 pitch and a ground ball double play. So Elliott did his job right away.
And that's exactly what you want, somebody that can come in and get those ground ball outs. Grounder and a nice play, heads up play by the third baseman of the Explorers, Carter Hayden, stepped on third in a very nice 5-3 double play. A big out, too, is now they've got the go-ahead run back on second, but 2 down for the Knights.
And Will Rankin stands in, and he struck out his first time. And he takes the ball 1. So Elliott made 1 pitch and got the double play ball, and now he falls behind Rankin 2-0 as the next one is low. Whitmore on at second. There's a strike. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Elliott brings the next one in over the outside corner. The batter didn't think so. The count even at 2-2.
Steve Elliott Jr., 6 feet tall, listed at 160, so somewhat of an imposing figure out there on the mound, 6 feet 160 according to the program.
Here comes the next one. That one's in the dirt, knocked down by the catcher. The runner trying to get to third, and he will make it there safely. As the catcher was able to block that and keep it in front of him, but he couldn't keep the runner from advancing.
Well, and Carter Hayden with a great play down at third, too, as the throw from Holtz behind the plate was low, and had that ball gotten by Hayden, the runner would have scored, and it would be a 2-1 game.
Count is full, and a swing and a foul ball. Just getting a piece of it that time was Rankin. And Holtz just not quite able to hang on to it. So Whitmore leads away from third. The 3-2 pitch is coming. And it's low and in the dirt, and a wild pitch, and back to the screen. The run will score on ball 4. And that'll make it 2-1 here. The Knights get their 1-run lead back.
And that will officially close the book on the Knights starter, Eggering. He's responsible for both of the earned runs, so they'll both be charged to him. 2 runs in 2 innings of work for Eggering today.
Brad Boyven stands in, and he swings and misses the first one, strike 1.
And really, some of the things you look at tonight, or so far this afternoon, rather, with the Knights, it's defense, defense, defense. Some nice plays made in the field. And this time of year, when you've got these games back to back to back, many of these RiverBend teams playing 2 or 3 games a week, it's hard to get practice time to work on these things that you need to correct.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Swing and a pop foul off to the left and out of play. And it's 1-2 now on Boyven, who lined out to center his first time. A double, a hit batsman, and a walk. And it could have been worse without that double play ball. There's a drive into right field. The right fielder over to make the catch is Bamper, and he makes the catch, and that will end the 3rd inning. But the Knights pick up a run on 1 hit. They were aided by a hit batsman and a walk. And after 2.5 innings here at Gordon Moore Park, it's Metro-East Lutheran 2, Marquette 1. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Timeout. Come here. I need better coverage. Anybody here give me better coverage? Put me in, coach. I can give you better coverage. Not only only can I give you better coverage, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
Hey, where do you want this ladder?
Oh, come on, Coach.
American Family Insurance.
We go into the bottom of the third inning, and it'll be the top of the order for the Marquette Explorers here. It'll be Dan Holtz, followed by Jeff Ferguson and Austin Seener. Holtz grounded to short his first time. And back to the mound, Corey Lowe. He's thrown 32 pitches so far. He's given up 3 hits. He's walked none and struck out 1 over 2 innings work. And there's a hard hit ball to the shortstop, grabbed by Peck. The throw to first in time. And Holtz hit it hard again. He needs to hit it to somebody other than the shortstop.
Yeah, twice now he's hit the ball on the screws, but second time straight, again, right at the shortstop, Jeff. And the Explorers continuing to swing at the first pitch in several of their at-bats against Lowe here this afternoon, and it's paid off some. Other times they've still hit the ball hard, just right at people.
Ferguson flied out to center field his first time, and he takes it up and in for a ball, ball 1.
Lowe shakes out his elbow, looked like a curveball that just got up and away from him. It didn't break, and almost hit Ferguson in the shoulder.
The next one is a breaking ball, and he turned on that one and hits it to deep left. Left fielder going back, and he's not going to catch this one as it will leave the yard. A long home run on a hanging breaking ball by Jeff Ferguson, and we are tied again.
Well, and indeed that was a hanging breaking ball, Jeff, as he hung that out to dry, and if Ferguson could turn on it, you knew it was going to go if he could get under it, and that was a no-doubter to left field. Maybe the wind carried a little more, but I think wind aside, that ball was gone.
Left fielder went back to the fence and looked up and watched that one land in the evergreen tree back there. And it'll bring in Austin Seener. And the first pitch is low and away for a ball. He doubled his first time. And now he's ahead in the count, 2-0. So Marquette has battled back to tie the game. There's a smash past the third baseman and into left field. So Seener is 2 for 2, and all 3 balls hard hit in this inning for the Explorers.
Yeah, they're squaring up the pitches from the Knights' right-hander Lowe, and with the exception of Holtz, they've hit them where the defense isn't, especially Ferguson with that long solo home run.
So Eggering will bat now. He reached on an error his first time by the shortstop. He started the game on the mound. He's now at first base, and he takes it low and outside for a ball, ball 1.
And while he did not have the day he probably wanted on the mound, leaving after just 2 innings, he can redeem himself at the plate. A base hit could give the Knights the lead, depending on where it's hit to.
They throw to first, and the runner gets back. The lights coming on here at Gordon Moore Park. The next pitch coming in is upstairs for a ball, and it's 2-0. You don't want to make anything too good here to the cleanup man.
With Carter Hayden on deck as well for the Explorers.
Throw to first, and the runner gets back again. That's Seener over there.
And this was the part of the Explorers lineup that did the damage in the first inning that battled back to tie it. And now they're battling here again and potentially putting not only the go-ahead run on second, but another insurance run on first if he does issue the 4-pitch walk to Eggering here.
3-0 the count now. They throw to first again, and the runner back, and Seener's lead not that long, to be honest with you.
And really all the balls that have been hit today off of Lowe have been hard hit.
There's a strike on the outside corner, and it looked like Eggering was taking all the way.
And, well, no reason not to. At this point, the game is tied. It's still really early in the ball game, and make the pitcher throw you if there's something you can hit, or don't chase it and help him out at all.
The 3-1 swung on and smashed past the third baseman. That one ate him up down there, and it's going to put runners at first and second. With one out here, we'll Call that a base hit. I wouldn't have wanted to stand in front of it.
No, neither would I, Jeff. That was a hard hit ball right at third baseman Kubicek, who made no effort to charge. It stayed right where he was, but a short hop ate him up, and that ball went to his right into left field over his knees and his glove as well. Tough play to make for sure. Score that a base hit at home. Back-to-back singles.
And 3 hits in the inning, and now Carter Hayden swings and misses, strike 1.
Yep, 3 straight hits, a home run, and 2 singles, and the Explorers threatening here with 1 down. And really, Jeff, I'm not sure if they've seen something between innings from the starter low, but they're on him now here in the 4th.
Slow breaking ball catches the corner, and that's strike 2, and Hayden in the hole now.
And this could be a big out for Lowe. It's an out they desperately need.
Throw back to second, and nothing doing there. And the pitcher's spending an awful lot of time worrying about the runners on base.
And
he's not getting anybody out. You might want to change the strategy.
Well, exactly. And it's not like they're taking very extended leads. Really, he's maybe 3 steps away from the bag.
Swing and a fly ball foul on the right side. The first baseman moving over, battling the wind, and makes the catch, and that's the second out.
Big second out for the Knights there. A nice play by the third baseman Boyvin for Metro-East Lutheran, as again that wind can make it tricky. But you know, you wonder the attempts to pick off the runners on base, maybe causing some of the Knights hitters to be off balance and help them overthink things at the plate, perhaps.
And there's a shot into center field, and that'll fall in for a base hit. They're going to stop the runner at third as the throw comes into the plate, and the bases are going to be loaded on the single by Bamper. And he didn't waste any time as he hacked at the first one. And it'll bring in the DH, Chris Angleton, and that's the 4th hit of the inning. For the Explorers, they only have 1 run so far to show for it, and that came on the long home run by Ferguson. The bases are loaded now. Singles by Seener, Eggering, and Bamper. And here's Angleton, and he swings, and he's out in front and taps it foul off the end of the bat down the left side for strike 1.
And Angleton 0 for 1. As I believe you mentioned, he grounded out to second, but a big hit here could give the Explorers a 2-run lead.
Swing and another foul on an off-speed pitch. And now it's 0-2 on Angleton. He grounded to second his first time.
And while the Explorers have been hitting low very hard in this inning, he's done well to limit the damage and is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Swing and a pop-up. Who wants it? It's in the middle of the infield, and the pitcher drops it. Standing on the pitcher's mound, and he dropped it, and he never should have been trying to catch it. The third baseman didn't come over to help him. The first baseman was close enough to catch it and didn't call him off. And the pitcher dropped the ball, and Marquette has the lead.
Well, that's not what you want from your pitcher. You always say in the case of that situation, your pitcher, step off, walk away. As soon as that ball's up, point up, make sure your infielders know where the ball is. If you're on the mound, you walk away and make sure they field that. And, well, unfortunately for the Knights, very poor defensive judgment there by the pitcher and the rest of the infield, and they'll play 2.
And 2-run score on a pop-up that wasn't more than 60 feet in front of the plate. Swing and a line drive into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit and score another run. And so the floodgates opening a little bit here.
That makes Peterbaugh 2 for 2. He doubled back in the second, was thrown out trying to steal home. Now has an RBI single to add to his name, so an RBI for him. A couple RBI now for Angleton. They were unearned runs.
It's a 4-run inning for the Explorers, and they lead it 5-2, and they've out-hit Metro-East Lutheran 8-3 now. And getting back into second as they try that pickoff play again is Angleton. And that's 3 errors in the game for the Knights.
Well, and how quickly the floodgates have opened, too, Jeff. He was 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. He was ahead 0-2 on Angleton rather, and that pop fly that he dropped on the mound opened the floodgates in a big way.
Breaking ball is a strike to the left fielder, Nick Holford.
Again, just proof of the old adage, you don't give a team extra outs.
Smart base running by the Explorers on that high pop-up with the bases loaded. They just took off running with 2 outs and kept running, and 2 of them scored on the pop-up that was dropped by the pitcher, and now foul off to the right by Holford.
And that's what they teach them. You just keep running, because at this point, if the ball gets down, you're going to be in great position to score multiple runs, even though the play should have been made. That's what they teach them, and it paid off big time there.
Breaking ball is low and away, and it's now 1-2.
Big inning for the Explorers here in third. They lead 5-2.
Low looks in, and now time called by the batter.
Still no action down in the Knights bullpen either, so Coach Joel Remfer going to stick with his starter for at least the time being, as the Knights dugout is quiet.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 4 runs home for Marquette. That one is low and outside, and the count now even at 2-2.
And good job by Holford to battle back and even the count. Fouled off a pitch in between, but did take a couple of pitches, and now it's a favorable count. Maybe you'll see something left over the plate, and you can extend this Explorers lead here.
And a line drive on 1 hop past the second baseman as he misplays it into the outfield. Here comes another run. The other runner will stop at third. And Marquette adds to the lead. It's now 6-2 on that error by the second baseman, as that was just a routine line drive. He tried to short hop it, played it off to the side, and knocked it into right field.
And that's, well, for everything we've said, you teach the Explorers base runners again. It pays off as he's running hard from second and able to score on the miscue by the second baseman Scheibel, who, for all intents and purposes, probably should have made more of an effort if he could have, even though it was a hard hit ball, to try to get in front of it and at least knock it down, because in that case it'd just be bases loaded and no one would have scored. It'd still be a 2-run game.
The Explorers have batted around now. And Holt stands in and takes a strike on a slow breaking ball. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. And that one catches the outside corner, and he's in the hole now, 0-2. Not making the routine plays has cost Metro-East Lutheran here in the third inning. 5 runs home. And strike 3 called, and Holtz knew it. So finally, the inning comes to an end. 5 runs, 5 hits. There were 2 errors in the inning. Make that 3 errors in the inning. And Marquette scores 5 times, and after 3 innings, it's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 2. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Let Auto Butler's professional staff keep your vehicle looking great inside and out. We have many car wash options to choose from, as well as express detail services and a 48-hour clean car guarantee. Auto Butler Express Lube gives you a free full-service car wash with your oil change. And while you wait, you will enjoy our lobby that makes you feel like you're right at home. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Clean, shine, and protect.
Battling back to tie it and take the lead in that 5-run third inning for Marquette, and to be the bottom of the order for the Knights. It'll be Kubicek, followed by the top of the order, Manker and Scheibel. Here in the fourth, if anyone reaches, Lowe will bat for Metro-East Lutheran, as we still see no action in that Metro-East bullpen starting the fourth frame here at Gordon Moore Park.
Elliott from the wind brings in the first one, and it's low for a ball 1.
Key for Marquette now going forward, continue to make good defensive plays, limit the damage if they get runners on base, and they could get out of here with a win.
And the key for Elliott is to throw strikes, and he's behind now in the count, 2-0.
Same thing that plagued the starter Eggering. He fell behind early and often, but was able to minimize damage as a swing and a miss. Makes the count 2-1.
Kubicek walked his first time. He's the third baseman. He's seen some screaming liners pass by him down there, and that one hit the catcher on a swing and a foul tip. And Holtz is trying to shake that one off without getting too embarrassed.
And
that's no fun when you're a catcher and you catch one where he caught one.
No, that is the place you do not want to be hit anytime by anything.
Umpires dusting the plate. The catcher's just bent over there on his knees.
Giving him plenty of time.
The pitcher's in the right-handed batter's box talking to the catcher. The first baseman and third baseman are on the mound talking to each other, and you know they're out there laughing.
Oh, well, yeah. You know they're going to razz him in the bullpen or in the dugout when they get back in after this half inning. But
the catcher's saying, "You want to trade places with me?" to the pitcher. The umpire's saying, "Tough it out." And the catcher's saying, "I should have moved so it hit you."
And meanwhile, the batter, Kubicek's probably saying, "Hey, I should have hit that ball." A lot of different conversations.
The catcher's saying, "I wish you would have." Here comes the next one as we get back to action, and it's upstairs for a ball, and the count is full.
He was stranded his last time up. He was left on third base back in the second after that walk. He stole the second and then advanced to throw on a wild pitch, but didn't get any further.
And another foul back to the screen. Did you notice nobody came out of the dugout to help out the catcher? He was on his own there.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if everyone in the dugout's either paying attention or if they're just laughing. Trying to see maybe who can come up with the best insult.
Swinging a ground ball to third. Third baseman Hayden up with it over to first in time. And Kubicek is retired for the first out here in the fourth.
Strong throw from Hayden at third. A little bit low, but the first baseman now Eggering makes a nice little catch there. And quickly one down now for Marquette in their defensive half of the fourth inning.
Manker stands in. He is grounded to third and struck out looking back in the second. He's the leadoff man for the Knights.
And not even Coach Tim Fanistock came out from Marquette there.
And now the pitcher, Elliott, walks around the mound, takes a little bit of time. And now we're ready to go. Wind still blowing out to left. Foul back to the screens, strike one. Temperature's still at 52 degrees here on a cloudy day in the Riverbend. Probably feels more like 45. There's a pop-up foul. Now the catcher's got to try to figure out how to catch that, and he couldn't do it as he got turned around. So it'll just go as a foul ball and a strike, and it'll be 0-2.
And it gets fouled straight up. The swirling wind, though, helps that elude the glove of Holtz. So we'll just do that again. It's a high strike off the foul tip.
No balls. 2 strikes now to Manker. Breaking ball is way outside, and it's 1-2. Metro-East with a run in the first and a run in the third. Marquette scored a tying run in the first, and that one's low and away, and the count 2-2. And then the Explorers picked up 5 more in the third, and they lead at 6-2 here.
Well, and all the scoring done in 2 innings, almost as if the Explorers are saying, anything you can do, we can do better.
Swinging a ground ball over the pitcher's head. Shortstop behind second, throws it away in the dirt. The runner will stay at first. Senior did a good job of hustling over to get that ball, but then his throw was low, and it'll be an error on the shortstop.
Maybe rush that throw just a little bit with the speed of Scheibel there, and that's one way you don't want to let the team back into a game, Jeff. You've possibly taken all the momentum, putting a 5 spot in the third, but allowing them to have extra outs. We saw what that did for Marquette offensively in the last half inning.
That's the first error by the Explorers, and the pitch to Jake Scheibel is up and in for a ball, ball 1. He has walked twice and scored a run. Manker leads away, and that pitch is up for a ball, ball 2, and now it's 2-0 to Scheibel. Corey Lowe, the pitcher, waits on deck. He's the number 3 hitter for the Knights. Runner leads away from first, not going, and that one's low, and now it's 3-0.
And not what you want to see, an error gives them a runner at first, and now on the verge of maybe drawing a 4-pitch walk. That could spell trouble for Marquette.
There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Elliott in 1 1/3 inning has walked one. He has struck out none, allowed no hits, and no runs to this point. Came in and got a big double play ball with his first pitch in relief. There's a strike. Strike at the letters, and the count is full. Scheibel thought he had walked.
And he did. He actually started walking through the opposite batter's box. Looked like he was about to toss his bat toward the dugout. Umpire said, hey, no, you're not going anywhere. Step back in. We're doing that again.
We'll see if the runner, Manker, takes off from first with a 3-2 pitch. He's running, and it's high and inside for ball 4. So now an error and a walk puts runners at first and second, brings in the number 3 hitter, Corey Lowe. He's singled and grounded to the second baseman. And time called, and we're going to have another little conference on the mound here.
We may see a pitching change, too, with 2 right-handers warming up for Marquette in their bullpen, and looks to be getting warm rather quickly.
They don't really look like they're pitching yet, though. They're just kind of playing catch at this point. The catchers aren't down in position or anything, so I think they've just gotten up, and they're just trying to get them a little bit of extra time, and the conference breaks up, and Elliott stays in the game on the mound, and Lowe stands back in. And Elliott needs another double play ball. He comes set and pitches. Swinging a grounder, third, nice backhand, step on third, throw to first, double play. A nice play down there by Carter Hayden as he slid and backhanded that hard-hit ground ball, found himself just a step away from the bag. He stepped on third, threw to first to complete the double play, and Marquette gets out of a jam here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, a walk, an error, and 1 left with the double play. We go into the bottom of the 4th. It's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 2. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
If you want your car to look stunning and keep it running, then take your car to Andy's Auto Body and Complete Car Care Center. Andy's ASE certified mechanics perform oil changes, suspension repair, air conditioning repair and service, engine diagnostics, warranty maintenance, tires, brakes, and shocks, plus state-of-the-art Hawkeye alignment. Like Andy's on Facebook. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care Center with 2 locations in Alton and Maryville is your car's home away from home.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Explorers. They lead it by 4 as they bat here in the home half. Don't forget, more action comes your way after our game. Brent Birkeland has the call. We've got high school softball. It'll be Belleville East against the Alton Redbirds, and then no baseball or softball until Saturday here on the Big Z, but you'll want to stay tuned throughout the week. Never know when teams might make up rainout games from earlier in the season, and Brent might try to sneak one of those into the schedule. There's a swing and a foul. But definitely on Saturday there's action, and there's certainly action coming your way after this one tonight.
Ferguson now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He had a long solo home run his last time up. He's 1 for 2 today with that home run and a fly out to center back in the 1st. So he's got some work to do here, though, behind in the count with 2 strikes.
And the pitch is outside, way outside for a ball, and it's 1-2.
But, I mean, that home run, a no-doubter last inning, as a 1-out solo fly tied it then, made it a 2-2 game. The Knights, or the Explorers rather, than tacked on 4 more before the end of the frame and lead 6-2.
And the 1-2 pitch is fouled at the plate.
Nice piece of defensive hitting there. Just stick out the bat and keep yourself alive. 1-2.
Marquette looking for win number 13 on the season and trying to improve to 2-1 in conference play. There's a swing and a grounder to third on 2 hops. The throw to first in time. And that's the first out here as the Explorers bat in the bottom of the 4th.
Neat little play in the last half inning down at third by Carter Hayden, Jeff, right before the break. He backhanded that ball ranging to his right. backhanded it, then it was alert enough to have time to step on third and then make a strong throw to first for that double play to end that play. And then right there, a little bit of a wide throw by the Knights third baseman Kubicek, but Boyven stays on the bag, and there's one down.
Cleanup hitter Jacob Eggering into the batter's box now. He's 1 for 2, reached on an air and singled and scored. And he lines it under the glove of the shortstop and into left field. And he makes a big turn at first and gets back. And we'll look down and await the official scoring. I can't believe how these Knights are trying to field the ball from the side rather than getting in front of it. That's a routine ground ball, and it goes under the glove because he's trying to backhand it when he doesn't need to.
Right.
Is that a base hit, official score? Sure. That's going to be ruled, much to my chagrin, that'll be a base hit.
Well, you almost wonder if we're seeing shades of that defensive tactics back in the 90s movie Major League. Roger Dorn out at shortstop needs to learn to get in front of that ball.
The first pitch to Eggering is a ball. I had said Eggering was batting. It was actually Senior who was battering, and with that single, he's 3 for 3. So for his sake, we'll agree with that base hit. Keep him perfect on the day.
That's right.
I think that might have been a little home field advantage by the official scorer down there. Senior, the number 3 hitter, with that third hit. He's been on base. He's got 2 singles, a double, and he scored twice. And the count now is 1-1 on Eggering. He's been on base twice, as I mentioned, reached on an air and singled and scored. Runner leads away from first. Pitch comes home, and it's inside for a ball, and it's 2-1.
And the Explorers are making low work as we're here in the fourth. He's got to be well near 100, maybe over 100 pitches in this ball game.
Swing and a foul. And the count even at 2-2. Looks like the wind might have died down just a little bit out there. The flag not whipping quite as much as it was earlier. Still a constant breeze. They throw to first, and Senior gets back.
Still no action in the bullpen for the Knights. The Explorers do have one pitcher still getting warm in their pen, though.
Swing and a tap down the third baseline. Third baseman grabs it. The throw to first, not in time. It'll be an infield single for Eggering.
Well, and again, we talked defensive miscues, Jeff. It was a slow roller, but if that third baseman, Kubicek, is charging that ball hard, that's an out.
That time, the Explorer batter just happened to hit it in the right spot. The grass slowed it down enough that he was able to reach. That's the 10th hit for Marquette. And a bunt, and it hits the bat and then hits the batter right in the face. That's Carter Hayden, and he's down at the plate. He squared the bunt, and the ball came right off the bat and right up under the bill of the helmet.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He will exit the ball game, and they will take more precautionary measures with him. They did apply an ice pack there at home plate, and it did look like he's probably going to have, at the very least, a nice shiner tomorrow morning, and hopefully that's all it is. And actually, we are now getting word that they are going to take him out of the dugout.
He's going to a hospital.
And take him to the hospital for some medical attention and precautionary measures there, and that's probably the best thing to do. Anytime somebody gets hit with an object, around the eye or in the head or anything like that, they don't mess around with that these days. And That's certainly in the best interest of safety of the ball players, and hopefully it'll be nothing more than just a black eye, and he'll be ready to go here in a couple of days.
Well, right, Jeff, and you're right. They don't take concussions lightly anymore, especially here recently. A lot of attention paid to that. So anytime you're going to see somebody get hit in the head, of course, that's going to be concern number one. But in this case, where the ball hit Carter Hayden right in the eye area, you may also be concerned with the possibility of a fracture of your orbital bones, of your eye socket, things like that. So nice to see him walking off the field on his own power, though. Didn't seem to be dazed or confused, or at least, and granted, my medical expertise is extremely limited, but not showing any kind of symptoms of a concussion at that point.
The pitcher Lowe is warming up now and trying to stay loose on this cold day as Marquette figures out the changes that they want to make here to their batting order, as they'll have to replace Hayden in the lineup, and we'll see who that's going to be.
Also contemplating maybe a double switch with the two right-handers warming up, or were warming up, one still throwing down in the Marquette bullpen. So perhaps Coach Fanistock.
Looks like Jacob File is going to be the new hitter. As he will come in here and bat in relief of Carter Hayden, and he will inherit a one-strike count with runners at first and second here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and we'll see if he's going to square around and sacrifice. He takes a breaking ball for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
Well, and the loss of Hayden could be something Marquette potentially has to really address. He got the win yesterday against Roxana, so in addition to playing in the field at third, it's also a solid pitcher for the Explorers.
File steps out now as time is called. Senior on at second, Eggering at first. File, the pinch hitter, swings and hits it to third. Third baseman gets it, steps on third, throws to first, but not in time to get File. So they get the lead runner, and File reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 outs.
Well, and Jeff, I'll say it again. I've almost been taken back by some of the just lack of, not effort, but they're not urgent enough in the field as far as the Knights' defense goes. Not that that wouldn't have been a tough double play to turn in the first place, but he was kind of slow getting over to third after fielding that ball.
Riley Bamper stands in. He has struck out and singled and scored. He's up there now. Still runners at first and second, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lowe checks the runners as he comes set and delivers on a swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1.
I mean, at this point, if I'm the Knights coach, Joel Remfer, I'm really thinking as far as defensively, how can we improve? A lot of times today, taking balls, sidestepping plays, and lack of urgency in some other respects. And, of course, the big miscue that back in the third was the pitcher trying to field the ball on the mound.
Bamper swings and misses, and he's in the hole now. No balls, 2 strikes. The next one coming, and he didn't mean to swing, but he couldn't stop, and he strikes out. So Marquette does not score in their half of the 4 innings. 2 hits and 2 left for the Explorers. We've played 4. It's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 2. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro-East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Head into the 5th inning. In the Marquette defense, as we have moving over from first base to third base, is Eggering, And into the game at first base is Jacob Fisher. So he will bat where File was.
Leading off the ninth, the shortstop, number 15, Alex Peck.
So now it's going around first to third in the infield for the Explorers. Eggering at third. Senior and Peterball still up the middle at short and second, and Fisher at first. Battery still Elliott and Holtz.
And the first pitch is a strike to Alex Peck, the cleanup hitter. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double.
Nice work by Elliott in relief to come in and shut the door and keep this Knights offense at bay. They have not scored on him yet.
Count 1-1 now. And that pitch is up and out of the strike zone, and it's 2-1. Peck singled in the first, doubled in the third, leading off here again in the fifth, and a breaking ball is over the outside corner, and the count now 2-2. 6-2, Marquette leads. They have out-hit Metro-East Lutheran 10-3 in this game. And that pitch is upstairs, and the count full now, 3-2. Whitmore to follow, and then Jones, the designated hitter, would bat in this inning. Here comes the payoff pitch, and a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Elliott, and that's his first strikeout recorded here. He has walked 2, has not allowed a hit or a run. Whitmore was caught looking in the first and then hit by a pitch and scored a run in the third. And takes a strike over the outside corner, strike 1.
And of course, the all-important pitch from Elliott. Again, that double play, the first pitch he threw today, turning a double play and keeping Marquette in the ball game.
He's coaxed 2 double plays out of the Knight hitters today and gotten out of jams that way. The next pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Yep, both 5-3 double plays as they were balls hit down to third baseman Carter Hayden, who has since left with an injury today.
And a foul off the end of the bat. And Whitmore in the hole now, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Elliott kind of wears his hat a little bit raised on his head. I see a lot of different players have different styles for the way they wear their hat out on the mound today.
Breaking ball is in the dirt and blocked by the catcher, so the count now 2-2.
I've never really understood that either, Jeff. To me, a hat, you wear it one way,
We used to always bend ours into a curve, but I see a lot of the flat bills now.
Yeah, I bend mine
I don't like that look. I say go for the curve.
Right.
That one's low, and it's a full count
and when you get into the major league level, too, you see guys now cocking their hats to the side, and I just don't understand any of it. You don't need style out on the mound. You're not being judged for style. You're being judged on your effectiveness on the mound.
Oh, you got to look good. Swinging a ground ball off the third baseman's glove. That'll be an infield single or an error on the third baseman. Looks like they've credited a base hit, so we'll give Whitmore a single. As Eggering tried to range to his left. That's the first play he's had to try to make over there since moving across the diamond from first to third. So 4th hit of the game for the Knights, and it'll bring in the DH, Andrew Jones.
Yep.
Ball 1 is low and away.
And a game that's kind of been blown open because of defensive miscues there. The score gives that one a single. A tough play there for Eggering, who was ranging to his left and just couldn't corral it.
Low again with the next one, and it's 2-0 now to Jones. Will Rankin, the right fielder, is in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And some more throwing going to happen now down in the Marquette bullpen. Elliott stands to be the winning pitcher right now if things don't change. That one's upstairs. And he's behind 3-0 now. Struck out the first batter. Infield single for Whitmore, and now Jones ahead in the count 3-0. There's a strike over the inside half, and it's 3-1 as Jones was taking all the way.
That's Chris Angleton throwing down in the Explorers' pen. He's been the DH today, but now throwing it loose.
Swing and a pop-up behind the plate on the left side, and it'll be out of play as it bounces off of the brick wall that surrounds home plate and down to the dugout areas here at Gordon Moore Park. So the count is full at 3-2. Elliott comes set, the runner goes, and the pitch is low. It's ball 4, and they throw it into center field, and the runner started to break for third and then changed his mind. And that's the third walk issued by Elliott, and it might be his last, as we're going to have another conference on the mound, and that might be, and looks like it is going to be, the last batter for Elliott here in the top of the 5th. No signal yet, but they're running in from the bullpen, which means they're probably heading into the game. And there's the signal. We'll have a pitching change. We will tell you who the new Marquette pitcher is when we return. It's 6-2. Marquette leads Metro-East Lutheran. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
Knights offense, they have had a hard time getting anything going since then, as the first pitch that Elliott threw this afternoon induced a 5-3 double play back in the 3rd inning.
First batter here to face Angleton will be the right fielder, Will Rankin. And the first pitch is right down the middle for a strike, strike 1.
Rankin 0 for 1. He did walk, and there's an RBI to his credit this afternoon as well.
Whitmore on its second, Jones at first. The next pitch in the dirt, and a nice stop by the catcher, Holtz. And the count even at 1-1. There's another strike, and it's 1-2. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Rankin didn't like the call, but it looked like it was right down the middle. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called, and Rankin could not pull the trigger, and so Angleton comes in and makes easy work of the first batter he faces.
Well, third different pitcher, third different windup they've seen, as the last couple pitchers, the first two pitchers for the Explorers, had a kind of straightforward delivery. The delivery from Angleton, he kind of turns a little bit facing away from the mound as he brings his knee up and then throws everything he has behind his fastball, it seems, as he gets a lot of momentum, downward momentum coming toward the mound.
Brad Boyven stands in from the left side now and takes a strike. He's 0 for 2. He's lined to left and flied to right. He bats now with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th. Marquette leading by 4. And a line drive over the shortstop's head is going to be a base hit into left center. It's going to score a run. The other runner will stop at second. And that'll make it 6-3 on the RBI single by Boyven.
Nice piece of hitting. He went with the pitch, drove it to left center field, and it was deep enough to get a run scoring as the left fielder Hopert came over and fielded it and made a nice throw, strong throw into second to keep the runner there, Jones, from advancing to third.
And that'll bring in the number 9 hitter, Paul Kubicek. And he backs away from one up and in, ball 1.
And the run that scored was Whitmore. He'll be charged to Elliott. Elliott's still responsible for the runner at second base as he issued back-to-back walks before exiting.
Swing and a line drive into center. Center fielder going back, still going back, leaps, and did he catch that? He did catch it. Unbelievable diving catch by the center fielder. Oh, what a catch out there by Ferguson.
Oh, baby, did he lay out full extension on that. It ranged over to his right, laid out and snagged that ball. Unbelievable grab.
Saved at least a run and probably more. 1 run home in the 5th on 2 hits for the Knights. But a big play right there and a great catch by Ferguson. We head into the bottom of the 5th. It's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 3. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be the pitcher, Chris Angleton, to lead it off for the Explorers. And the first one is high and back to the screen, ball 1. What a defensive play by Ferguson to end the last half inning, as I thought that ball was well over his head out in straightaway center. He just took off running and dove with his back to the infield, a la Jim Edmonds out there, and dove away from the plate, caught the ball, and then held his glove up while he was still on the ground to show the umpire that he had made the catch. I haven't seen a high school catch in the outfield like that, maybe ever.
That was pure athleticism on display by Ferguson out in center field. Had the speed to get the range to get back to that ball, and then just the extension, the ability to lay out like that is unbelievable.
Grounder to third, fair ball. Third baseman grabs it on 2 hops and throws to first to retire Angleton for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And up until that point, the defensive play of the game may have been Carter Hayden on the nifty little backhanded stop and double play that he turned a few innings ago. I believe that was back in the 3rd, but no way anybody's taking defensive play of the game away from Ferguson now.
That play was impressive enough that about 5 of the Marquette defenders raced out into center field to give him high fives before he even made his way back to the infield. That was a rally stopper and a highlight reel play. Where's ESPN when you need it? You know what? That's going to be on RiverBender.com, I bet.
That is.
There's strike 3 called to the batter. He thought it was outside, but he is called out.
But again, Jeff, the situation that catch was made in cannot be emphasized enough. They're threatening, have 2 on with 2 down, and if that ball gets down, they're probably going to plate 2 and make it a 1-run ball game.
Absolutely. Now Holford stands in, the number 9 hitter, and he takes a strike on the outside corner.
Holford reached on an error his last time up. He also has flown out to right field today.
Up with a ball, up and in, and it's 1-1 now. Corey Lowe has gone the distance. He's given up, that one is inside, and it's 2-1. He's given up 6 runs, 3 earned on 10 hits. He has struck out 4. Believe it or not, he has not walked a batter. There's a shot into right field past the second baseman. It'll be a base hit for Holford.
Nice piece of hitting. Found a hole in the infield. The second baseman, Scheibel, dove to his left but couldn't get there, and now Holford standing on first with a 2-out single, and the order turns over to Holtz.
Holtz has had a rough day at the plate. He's had a rougher day behind it. He's 0 for 3, grounded to short twice, and struck out in the 4th. And he's been blocking everything in the dirt and taking foul balls off of all sorts of places. There's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, and he's, but again, still looking for that first base hit. He batted twice in that 5-run 3rd inning for the Explorers with a ground out to short and a strikeout to end the frame. That one hit it.
And now he's hit, so his day just got a little rougher. He says, might as well take one in the back It's been the front of his body that's been getting beat up from behind the plate, so even things out a bit.
Yeah, Braun more than willing to say, hey, you know what, just hit me between the numbers, it's all right. I'll trot down to first. I think he'd rather take it hit there than anywhere else.
Now we're going to get a conference on the mound as Metro-East will contemplate a pitching change here.
Looks like number 3 for the Knights is heading down to the bullpen to get loose. See if I can find a name to go with that number here. It's going to be, according to their roster, Corby Johan Peter, or John Peter, I think.
That's what it looks like. So they continue to talk on the mound and don't appear to be making any type of a change right now.
Well, there's no way they could, well, I shouldn't say no way, but it's unlikely the relief pitcher has just gotten loose, or just gotten down there to get loose. He's a left-handed pitcher for Metro-East Lutheran.
First 2 Explorers made outs here to start the 5th. Angleton grounded out to third, and Peterball struck out, and then a base hit by Hofert. Holtz was hit by a pitch, so it's runners at first and second for Ferguson, who is flied to center, grounded to third, and hit the long home run back in the third, and then made that outstanding catch in center field. And now it looks like we've still got some delay here as the umpire has his mask off.
It looks like they're going to make a pitching change, and they're just stalling. I'm not sure.
Well, the catcher is in the dugout. Looks like he might be.
Oh, an equipment issue.
Yeah, an equipment issue as the pitcher is playing catch with the second baseman, and it will give the bullpen a little more time to work. So a little bit of a stall tactic there.
Well, you have to wonder at this point. Ferguson may be one of the leading candidates for the Alton Munganast Toyota Player of the Game.
The pitch is outside for a ball 1.
Not only did he have the big fly, but you had that defensive play. And I'll tell you, Jeff, here in the 5th, he may be my vote for that honor.
He swings and misses. And the count even at 1-1. He wears the number 30. Swing and a pop fly into short right. The second baseman out on the grass gets under it and makes the catch. That's Scheibel with the catch. That will end the inning. No runs, a hit batsman, and 2 left for Marquette. We've played 5, and it's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 3. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you Kasasa?
It'll be the top of the order for the Metro-East Lutheran Knights as they get ready to bat here in the 6th inning. It'll be Nick Manker, Jake Scheibel, and Corey Lowe. If anybody gets on, the cleanup man, Alex Peck, back to the mound for Angleton. He's allowed 1 hit. He struck out 1 in 2/3 of an inning of work in relief. Right now, Elliott would be the winner if things stay the way they are, and Lowe would be the loser.
So far, so good for the Explorers bullpen. Only allowed 1 run in their relief work. So if you're Coach Tim Vanastock, very pleased with the work of your relievers here today following kind of a rough start for the starter Eggering as he exited after just 2 innings and had some control issues early on in his start today.
Manker has grounded out, reached on an error, and struck out, so he is 0 for 3 as he stands in there. 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for Marquette. 3 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors for the Metro-East Lutheran Knights, and there's a fly ball, first pitch swinging into right field, and the right fielder, Bamper, makes the catch, and there's the first out.
Second baseman, number 2, Jake Scheibel.
Jake Scheibel stands in. He has walked all 3 times, so no official plate appearances today. He has scored 1 run. And the first pitch coming, and a line drive up the middle and right past the pitcher's ear and into center field.
You saw the glove of the pitcher there, Angleton. He kind of half-heartedly stuck his mitt out there to try to catch that ball, but just went to the right of the mitt and into center field for a 1-out single.
So that'll bring in Corey Lowe. He has a hit in 3 trips to the plate. He's grounded out twice, once into a double play. Runner on at first with 1 out. We're in the 6th inning. Marquette with 5 runs in the 3rd, and right now that's the difference. Strike called on the first pitch. Angleton checks the runner, comes set, and brings it home. And a ground ball through the hole into left field. That's the 2nd hit of the game for Lowe, and runners will be on at first and second on the back-to-back singles. And the cleanup man, Peck, stands in, Alex Peck, a single, a double, a strikeout, and he comes to the plate as the tying run.
2 straight singles. The Knights trying to get something going here in the late innings of this ball game.
Angleton brings in a swing and a line drive into left, and that one's going to carry out to the left fielder. Holford makes the play, and that'll be the 2nd out here. So that ball was hit hard, maybe a little too hard, as it carried out to Holford, and he made the catch.
And all 3 of the balls here so far that have been hit in this inning, the back-to-back singles and now that fly ball, have been hit hard. That one just happened to be hit right at somebody, and even the fly ball out to right from Manker was hit hard as well.
Foul back and out of play on the first pitch to Whitmore. Whitmore has singled, been hit by a pitch. He scored twice, struck out back in the 1st. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the 6th. And a breaking ball is a strike. And the count quickly 0-2 now to Whitmore.
Beautiful little breaking ball there. Started inside but broke back over to the inside corner of the plate. Just a spectacular pitch there by Angleton.
The next one is low and in the dirt and blocked by the catcher. So it's 1-2. He tried to get him to chase one out of the strike zone.
He set him up for it, too. A couple pitches straight inside. The first 2 of the at-bat inside, now going away. Looks to go away here again.
And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And the 2nd strikeout for Angleton. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left in the 6th inning for the Knights. We go into the bottom of the 6th. It's Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 3. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Timeout! Come here! I need better coverage. Anybody here give me better coverage? Put me in, coach. I can give you better coverage. Not only can I give you better coverage, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062. Hey, where do you want this ladder? Oh, come on, coach.
American Family Insurance.
It'll be the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Explorers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Austin Senior, and then Jacob Eggering and Jacob Fisher then. And the first pitch is upstairs for a ball 1. Senior is 3 for 3, and that one's outside, and it's 2-0. Singleton scored back in the first. Singleton scored in the third, and then Singleton was left on in the fifth. And he lines it into right center, and that's going to get down for his fourth hit of the ball game. It'll be another single as the right fielder gets over to cut that one off. So a good day at the plate for Austin Senior.
Well, he's just had a nice approach hitting all day today, Jeff. He's sprayed the ball all over the diamond, went to left, went to center, and this time he took it to right. So he's painted the field today. Very nice approach.
And it'll bring in Eggering, who is the third baseman. He swings and flies it into right center. The right fielder is going to get over in time, Rankin, to get under that one and make that catch. And Senior back to first. So Eggering, 2 for 4 on the day, and it'll bring in Fisher, his first plate appearance, as he came on after the injured player. He came in for File. And there's a line drive into the gap. That'll be a base hit. It'll be corralled by the center fielder, who did a good job of getting over to that, and it'll stop the runner at second, so it'll be first and second.
And nice at-bat by Fisher, who comes into the game as a replacement in the fifth inning, a defensive replacement following a ground out by File, who would come into the game to replace the injured Carter Heaton.
And that might be it for Corey Lowe, as we're going to have another conference on the mound. 2 singles and a fly out in the inning. And we're going to have a pitching change, so we will come back and tell you about the new pitcher for Metro-East Lutheran in a minute. Our score, Marquette 6, Metro-East Lutheran 3. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Let Auto Butler's professional staff keep your vehicle looking great inside and out. We have many car wash options to choose from, as well as express detail services and a 48-hour clean car guarantee. Auto Butler Express Lube gives you a free full-service car wash with your oil change. And while you wait, you will enjoy our lobby that makes you feel like you're right at home. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Clean, shine, and protect.
And welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. We're here for more Marquette baseball in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Marquette leading 6-3 here on a Thursday, now early evening. Jeremy Clemens here with you. Jeff Alsman is here too, and we've got a pitching change now on the mound for the Metro-East Lutheran High Knights. It's Corby Johan Peter, the left-handed pitcher for the Knights, as that closes the book on their starter. Lowe, it was Corey Lowe who got the start. He went 5 1/3 innings of work. He allowed 13 hits and struck out 3. He's also allowed, to this point, 3 earned runs, a total of 6 runs. He's also responsible for the 2 runners the Explorers have on base right now. Those runners that were allowed on base this inning are Senior and Fisher, with singles that sandwiched a flyout to left off the bat of Eggering. Now stepping in for Marquette is Bamper. Bamper, to this point, 1 for 3, has a pair of strikeouts and a single. As he steps in, he bats from the left-handed side of the plate. And with 2 on, Johan Peter comes set and delivers. First pitch, a curveball that's taken on the outside corner, paints the corner for strike number 1. And Jeff, a first left-hander we've seen today.
Yes, it is. And kind of a strange set position as the runners go, and a breaking ball is a strike, and a stolen base for Senior. And it looked like that the left-handed pitcher didn't even look back at him.
He didn't. He had the entire, since he's come in, he was locked in on that batter, locked in on the catcher behind the plate, and he has not looked at either runner yet.
So now runners at the corners, and that one hit the batter. And on 2 strikes and no balls, Bamper is hit in the leg by a pitch.
load him up for Angleton, now the Marquette pitcher.
Well, he'd like to help himself here, wouldn't he?
He would get himself some insurance as he's worked a couple frames in relief. Has a couple ground outs. Also reached on an error back in third. That error, by the way, part of a big 5-run inning for the Explorers back in the third. The fly ball that should have been caught by the pitcher at that point.
And the first pitch is a ball 1.
It was 2-2 at that point. And the pop fly back to the pitcher. It's Johan Peter on the mound for the Knights here in the 6th. But that really was what opened the floodgates. It was at that point a 2-2 game.
Inside with the next one, and it's 2-0.
So he does have 2 RBI, albeit from the error to this point. But as you said, Jeff, could help himself out in a big way here.
Could give the Explorers some insurance. They lead by 3. And upstairs with the next one, and it's 3-0 on Angleton, who is 0 for 3. Reached on an error and scored a run back in the third. The lefty brings it in, and there's a strike 1 as the batter was taking all the way. Bases are loaded here. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Marquette leading by 3. Angleton looking for something he can drive. And he swings and hits it into left field. Left fielder deep, going back. He's got room. He'll make the catch just a few steps in front of the track. It'll be a long sacrifice fly and an RBI as Senior scores easily from third. And the Explorers get that run back, and they have their 4-run lead once again. It's 7-3.
Nice piece of hitting. Just drive it deep by Angleton. He found a pitch he could hit, drove it deep, and will get the RBI for it as the single by Senior and the stolen base allow him to come around and score.
So Peter Ball will step in. He's 2 for 3. He's doubled, singled, and struck out, and he takes a slow curve over the outside corner for a strike. Seven to 3, Marquette leads, looking for win number 13 on the season. And low and in the dirt and blocked by the catcher. The count even at 1-1. Again, stay tuned. It's Belleville East and the Alton Redbirds. Some softball action coming your way. Right after this one, Brent Birkeland has the call. There's a slower breaking ball that didn't break enough, and it's 2-1. And stick around, as after the game we will announce our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. The next pitch, swing and a ground ball to the second baseman, slow roller. The throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. But Marquette gets a run on 2 hits as Angleton drives it in with the deep sacrifice fly with the bases loaded. And we head into the 7th. It's Marquette 7, Metro-East Lutheran 3. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
If you want your car to look stunning and keep it running, then take your car to Andy's Auto Body and Complete Car Care Center. Andy's ASE certified mechanics perform oil changes, suspension repair, air conditioning repair and service, engine diagnostics, warranty maintenance, tires, brakes, and shocks, plus state-of-the-art Hawkeye alignment. Like Andy's on Facebook. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care Center with 2 locations in Alton and Maryville is your car's home away from home.
The Marquette Explorers are 3 outs away from picking up win number 13 on the season and improving to 2-1 in the Prairie State Conference as they lead here 7-3 over Metro-East Lutheran. And the Knights will have hitters 6, 7, and 8 here as they bat in the top of the 7th inning. And back to the mound is Angleton trying to preserve the victory for Stephen Elliott, who stands to get the win in relief. And the first pitch is swung and hit off the fist, grabbed by the shortstop, but he can't make a play. The third baseman, Eggering, cut in front of him, tried to cut that ball off and would have had an easier play. By the time it got to the shortstop, Senior, he really had no play, and it's an infield single for Andrew Jones to lead off the 7th inning.
Yeah, third baseman charged it. Shortstop, Senior stayed back, and by the time he got it, even though he did kind of boot the ball, it would have been better at that point just to hang on to it, put it in his pocket, and let Angleton work around a leadoff single.
And a foul back swinging at the first pitch is Will Rankin. He has struck out twice and walked once in this game. The Knights still need some base runners to have a chance. There's a strike call on a pitch that was borderline at best, low and away, and it's 0-2 on Rankin. I think even the catcher's surprised that one was a strike.
Right.
Umpire's getting cold. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he wants to go home, 4-run ball game here in the last inning.
Swing and a base hit through the hole into left field. So back-to-back singles by Jones and Rankin will bring things to the number 8 hitter, Brad Boyven. And if he gets on, all of a sudden the tying run comes to the plate.
Yeah, it could be a situation where you see Marquette try to get somebody ready in a hurry out in the bullpen if needed, but while we wait for the batter to step in and pass along word, Carter Hayden, word on him is a laceration under his eye, possibly stitches, but no fracture or anything of that nature. So good news.
Right on the cheekbone. So could have been a lot worse. He's the Marquette player who squared the bunt. The ball hit the bat and then deflected and hit him in the face right on the cheekbone. And so he has a gash there, but hopefully none the worse for wear. He just won't be quite as cute as he was prior to the game. There's a bunt foul.
And I'm not for sure on the date, but I would assume that prom season at Marquette would likely have passed, so perhaps maybe parents happy that this happened.
Oh, he'll get a lot of sympathy over that. Are you kidding me? If he plays it right. Outside and low with the next one, 2-1. Are you kidding? That's a war wound.
That's right. That is true. That is a battle scar.
That's right. Angleton checks the runners and brings in the next one, and a fly ball into short right. Right fielder on his horse. Can't get there, falls in front of him, and the bases are going to be loaded. And now the tying run will come to the plate. 3 consecutive singles, although that one not hit very hard, counts just the same. And it'll bring in the number 9 hitter, and it'll bring a conference on the mound for Marquette, as there's nobody out here in the top of the 7th, and the bases are loaded.
Looks like we're going to get a pitching change. Number 21 coming into pitch for Marquette.
So another change for Marquette. We'll take a break and come back and let you know who the new pitcher is going to be. Is Angleton will take a seat in the dugout. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Stephen Elliott, and Peterball is the 4th pitcher for Marquette on the day. The new second baseman is Nate Senior. So we have the Senior double play combo up the middle.
Indeed we do. The line on Angleton to this point, I believe it's an inning and 2/3 of work. He allowed 6 hits, had 2 strikeouts, and he is responsible for all 3 of those Knights standing on the base paths right now.
And the first pitch is a ball 1. The next pitch is in for a strike to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And not the ideal situation for the Explorers. You start the inning with a 4-run lead, need 3 outs to send yourselves home with the win, and now things are getting really interesting. And Peterball working very, very quickly.
Working quickly. The count now 2-2. He's just getting it back and saying, here it comes at you again. They're playing in at the corners. And there's strike 3 called on a fastball. And Peterball made quick work of Kubicek.
Catch, rock, and fire. That's about the way he's going. I'm not sure if he's cold or if he just wants to be quick, and that's...
Maybe he's just saying, we've had enough. This rally's stopping here. Bases are loaded. Tying run is at the plate. It's the top of the order, and Manker, and the first pitch is low for a ball, ball 1. Manker, 0 for 4, reached on an error. And a swing and a miss, and the count even at 1-1. This is the fastest working pitcher I've seen in a long time. He gets it back. He gets the sign. Here comes the next one. Oh, that was a knee-buckling breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 1-2. The batter steps out now. He's going to try and slow things down a little bit. Now he gets back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Peterball works from the windup with the bases loaded. There's another breaking ball, just like the last one. Strike 3 called. And he has come in and fanned the first 2 that he has faced with the bases loaded.
He says, thank you for looking and hope you liked what you saw. You can think about it on your way back to the dugout. That was a nasty little piece of off-speed pitching right there from Peterball.
And it'll bring in Jake Scheibel, who has been on base 4 times, 3 walks, and a single, and he takes a strike on the first one. And here comes the next one. Breaking ball. That one got away high and tight. And it's 1-1.
Well, at that point, I almost wonder if I'm Scheibel, if I'm not going to let that hit me. It's off speed. I know it's up. That plates you a run.
Fastball over the outside corner, strike 2, and now they count 1-2.
And now he is second-guessing, ducking out of the way of that pitch.
And the Explorers, 1 strike away, and that one is low, and the count even at 2-2. Peterball gets the sign, rocks and fires, breaking ball, gets away. It's going to bring a run in, I think. He will score as they try to get him at the plate, but it's too late. And scoring on the wild pitch is Jones, and the count now full to the batter Scheibel. And that run really doesn't matter a whole lot. It makes it 7-4. The batter is still the player that the Explorers need to worry about, and the count is full on the batter, Jake Scheibel. The other runners move up to second and third, and they don't really matter either. Here's the pitch, and it's lined foul down the right. The count stays at 3-2.
Yeah, Scheibel just reached out and fouled that one off a fastball away, and he had to reach out, piece of defensive hitting, find that foul down the first base line.
And that one hit him in the back. That fastball drifted inside and hit the batter in the back. So now the tying run is on.
And that looked like it hurt Scheibel, slowly walking to first base. That's in a chilly day like today, that fastball from a hard thrower like Peterball striking you in the number right between the shoulder blades, that's going to sting.
He's been on base 5 times, 3 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single. And it'll bring in the number 3 hitter, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, and you don't really want the number 3 hitter to come to the plate. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. It's 7-4, top of the 7th. The game is on the line, and a breaking ball is in for the strike, strike 1. Lowe has hit the ball hard every time he's been up there. Another breaking ball drops in at the knees, and it's 0-2, and now he's going to have to protect.
Yeah, I don't think that the Knights have been ready to see this curveball. It's been their undoing in this inning.
Fastball outside corner, strike 3 called, and that'll do it. Marquette gets win number 13 on the season as Peterball comes in and strikes out the side to close the door here in the 7th inning. 1 run home for the Knights on 3 hits and a hit by pitch, and they leave the bases loaded. And Marquette wins it by a score of 7-4. We'll come back and wrap it up. After this, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.